Root function. This is a type of function that involves square root. So there are different expressions as a radicand in the root function. So first we have a root function wherein the radicand is just a linear expression. So we all know that we're just talking about the set of all real numbers. So the x uh, are real numbers, okay, possible, and the y are also, we're just talking about real numbers. So for this one, we want the radicand to be greater than or equal to 0, because if this radicand would be a negative number, then we would have an imaginary value, and that is not part of the real number. So we want this radicand to be greater than 0, so we just have to solve for x. And our range, since the lowest value for the radicand is 0, so the range will start at 0 and it will keep on increasing. So the graph you would expect is half of a parabola opening to the left or right, depending on the domain. For example, here we have this radicand 4x minus 1. So for the domain, we just solve for x for 4x minus 1 greater than or equal to 0. So 4x will be greater than or equal to 1, and x will be greater than or equal to 1/4. So that means if we have our x at 1/4, the value of y, so when we substitute this, we get 0. When we substitute 1, since where x can only be greater than 1/4, so 1, that would be square root of 3, which is equivalent or to be estimated at 1.7. Okay, and then when x is 2, you have square root of 4 times 2 is 8, so this is square root of 7. And then this one would be square root of 11. And as you can see, as we keep on increasing our x value, the y value starting from 0 will also keep on increasing. Since our x will go to positive infinity, the y value will also go to positive infinity. So to graph this, since we are starting from 1/4 and all the way to positive infinity, it's half of a parabola going opening to the right. So you have the point 1/4 and 0. We have 1 and 1.7. And then we have 2 and 2.6. Then we have 3 and 3.3. So here, rough sketch, we have a parabola opening to the right. And you can see from the graph that our x, the domain would be from 1/4 to positive infinity. And you can see also the range from the graph that would start at 0 to positive infinity. Next example. So similarly, we have a linear expression. So 5 minus 2x is greater than 0. Negative 2x is greater than or equal to negative 5. So we divide both sides with negative 2. Since we're dividing by negative 2, we have to reverse the inequality. So this becomes positive 5 over 2. So that means your domain would be from negative infinity up to, I can express this also in decimal, which is 2.5. So we are going to, if we're going to assign values of x, we're going to have the largest as 5 over 2. Then we can assign smaller values of x. So you can see that our range would also start at 0. And if you look at the values of y, okay, so if we substitute 1 here, this will be square root of 3, and it will keep on increasing. So the range would be from y greater than or equal to 0. So that would be from 0 to positive infinity. And if we do the graph, this would be a parabola that opens to the left. So this is a rough sketch of the graph. It's half of a parabola opening to the left. Next, we can also have radicands that are quadratic. So we just have to solve for this quadratic inequality. If you need to review, there is a separate video about solving quadratic inequalities. Now, there will be two possible values of range. This will be dependent on the domain. So we can either have, this is half of a hyperbola or half of a circle, okay? So this is an example of a quadratic radicand. So we have to solve for 4x squared minus 1 greater than 0. So first we have to solve for this equation and find the zeros. So the zeros are 1/2 and positive and negative 1/2. In the graph, this will also be our x-intercept. Okay, then we're going to do a test numbers on the interval, okay, and substitute this to the radicand. Okay, so if it will be positive, negative, or positive. So why do we need to do that? Because we want this expression to be positive. So then these are our domain. So your domain would be less than or equal to negative 1/2, union greater than or equal to 1/2. Then we want to see what happens to the graph, so we can do point plotting. Okay, so you're going to assign values. What I did here is I assigned values. This is for less than or equal to 1/2, negative 1/2, and these are for greater than or equal to 1/2. So you can add points if you think that these are not enough. Okay, so here are the points, and this will be a parabola, a hyperbola, half of hyperbola. And you can see from the range, it will start at 0 and it would go to positive infinity. Okay. So I have another example here for the square root. So if you look at this radicand, to solve for this, we have 9 minus x squared equals 0. Okay, I can just easily transpose x squared to the other side. So when I solve for x, that's positive negative 3. So again, no, this will also serve as our intercept. So then we have this interval to solve for the inequality. I'm going to test the numbers and just see if when I substitute negative 4 to x, will this be positive or negative? So this one is negative. This will give us a positive and negative. Hence, the solution will only be this interval here. So that means your domain will be from negative 3 to 3. So in our domain, we include negative 3 and 3 because we have the 0 in our inequality. Okay, now, these are the values that we substitute. And if you see from the y value, that will not go to infinity because we only have a few values of x. It's bounded. The x values are bounded from negative 3 to 3. So when we do the point plotting, when it's negative 3, it's 0. Negative 1 is negative 2.8. Okay, so here, and then you have a negative 3. Then again, negative 2.8 and 0. So actually, this is half of a circle. The graph is half of a circle. If you want to have a more precise graph, then what you can do is you can assign more points. Okay, so what happens to the range here? Why is this different from the examples that we have? If you look at the range, it would be, this should be from negative 3 to 0. So instead of this positive 3 to 0, it's from negative 3 to 0 because of the negative before the radical. Okay, so that's the effect of this negative before the radical. You would just have to reflect your graph about the x-axis. So instead of having positive values of y, you have negative values of y. Okay. Now these are the summary. So here we have when it's your domain would be it's a linear, so your domain would just solve this linear inequality. So graph is either this, and then when it's a quadratic, it's either half of a hyperbola or a circle. Now, this will depend on the domain. Okay. Now, what happens to the last two types here is I have a negative before the radical. So if you look at the difference, the negative, the y values would be negative no, compared to the first one, wherein the y values are positive. Similarly with this one, you can see that your y values are negative.